This is Dr. Annette Feravich, and I am the teacher. We are here in the classroom. What classroom? The early bird classroom, and it's Wednesday, so you know what's going on Wednesday. Wednesday is Phonics Day. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Okay, so I did remember to bring my purse down when I went to go get my clip. And now I don't have to run and get my glasses. We're getting organized on day number 29. It is May 17th. Okay, let's get a move on. We've seen our ABCs twice, Dr. Annette. What the heck? Let's get moving. You know how I am in the early bird classroom. I was here on time. Yeah, that's an improvement. It is. My hair is an improvement now, too. Okay. Let's look at the sight words that we have here, all right? Because this is of major importance. When you are learning to read, this is going to be so key. When you're in 2nd and 3rd and 4th grade, what do you do every single week? In 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, if you're at a school that isn't giving you a spelling test every single week, you're at the wrong school. Talk to somebody. Say, hey, counselor, we need a spelling test or a spelling quiz every week. Dr. Annette said in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, we should be having spelling quizzes every single week. And you should. All right. So now we are up to over 200 words. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So not that you can't figure it out. So these are the worksheets that we've been working on, all right? And we've talked about the rules for the worksheets that we've been working on. And then what I did was I put them in these sheets here, which are our sight words. I call them our sight words. That I'm giving credit to the spelling quiz website for that first one. But the other ones came from our diphthong worksheets that we have been doing, right? So do you remember what diphthong is? A diphthong? A diphthong is a word that has a vowel in it plus another vowel or consonant next to it, which is like every single word in the alphabet. Hello? Every vowel has either a vowel next to it or a consonant next to it. What sense does diphthong special definition make? Because it makes a special sound, right? Like if we have the word cab, cab has a hard C. A hard C sounds like a what? A hard C sounds like a what? A hard C sounds like a K, right? So How do you spell cab? K-ab. K-ab. Let's go through our short. What are our long vowel sounds? What are our long vowel sounds? What? Yes. A, E, I, O, U. Very good. That is our long vowel sound. A, E, I, O, U. What's our short vowel sound? What's our short vowel sound? A, I, Did you say it right? Did you say it right and I missed it? A, I, A, Those are our short vowel sounds for A, E, I, O, U, So a, k, ab, C-A-B, right? Short E, bet, bet. Short E, bet. B-et, B-E-T, right? Short I sound, Sit, sit. Sit, S-I-T. Short O sound, I wanted to say something different. Don. Short O sound. Don. D-A-N. D-O-N. Don. Short U sound. Fun. Short U sound. Fun. How do you spell fun? F-U-N. All right? Very, very good. Now we just took ourselves through a review of our vowels, and that really is very important. Consonants kind of come almost intuitively. When I say t, you're like T. Hello, tin, right? T. I. What is that? A short what? I. Tin. A short what? I. N. Tin. T-I-N. See how many sounds that you can see how many words you can sound out? But when you're reading, you're not going to be sitting there sounding every word out. So you have to get more and more familiar with all the words. So that's why we have these sight words. That's why I have these sight words that you should recognize. You can ask somebody to time you, and then both of you could have a sheet and they could circle them, or you can, however you do it. You both probably need a sheet, one to circle and one or you can do it yourself, right? Circle as you recognize. Say it out loud, the word out loud, and then circle as you recognize. But you have to have somebody who is, making sure that you have them right, or that can answer your questions if you aren't sure about one of them, right? So that's what you want to do. So the more sight words that you can recognize, the easier it is going to be for you to learn to read. Now, this is the last. I said I was going to give you a sight word page every single time that we met in class. All right, and from now on. But these sight words are made up of words that we're learning in our class, all right? So today we're supposed to be learning about compound words. So I put together a lot of words, and you can see up there then that I've got words such as, for example, tooth and brush. Brush should be up there. I don't know if brush is up there. It should be up there. Oh, it is up there. And then we have toothbrush, right? Toothbrush. So the last word is brush, and the middle word in the second row is tooth. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows down, the first word is toothbrush. So a compound word puts two words together. So those are our sight words for words that we are going to be learning today. We're going to be learning singular words that we can put together and make what's called a compound word. A compound word is a word that is made up of two other words. Seat belt. Seat belt. Made of seat and belt, right? Okay. All right. So those are compound words, and we're adding those to our sight words because we're going to be studying them today on worksheets. Don't forget that if you are looking for worksheets from me, that you can get those worksheets if you email me. Email me at Dr. Feravich, Dr. F as in Frank, ERA, V as in Victor, ICH, at healthymindbodyspirit.net. All right? And then I'll send you the worksheets. Just ask for them. You can ask for all the worksheets if you want to. But also, you can also ask for specific ones. So say, hey, I just need, Dr. Annette, if I could have just the sight words, I would love the sight words, okay? And you can even ask me a question, like I could really use some help studying these sight words. Another suggestion that I have for you is that you begin to get books that you can read, that is at your reading level. Because the idea here is, the whole idea is that you have to become fluent in reading. That's what you have to do. You have to be able to read well. What is fluent? It flows. Fluent means it flows. Your reading needs to flow. That is the whole objective. Why? Why does your reading need to flow? So I could pick up a big fat book like this and read it and understand it. That's the reason why your reading needs to flow. So what is generally your first years of school all about? Learning how to read. So if you missed it, if you missed that, that's okay. The goal is still the same. Your reading needs to be fluent. It needs to flow. You need to flow in your reading, and you're going to go about it the same way. All right? So as we are learning our sight words, and I'm giving you worksheets that you might not easily be able to find, right? Your job is to start picking up books that you can read at your reading level. For our classroom, our reading room, we are now reading this book, Who is Jane Goodall? And if you look at this book, it's a little long, right? Just a little bit long, right? It does have pictures, so it's not all words. So this is probably about a 4th grade, 3rd grade maybe, reading level, this book. Who is Jane Goodall, that we are reading in our reading room. This is an interesting book. I knew who Jane Goodall was, but I really wanted to know a lot more about the work that she does because she went to Africa and she lived among the chimpanzees. That's just an amazing, amazing story. And I knew her story when I was little, and I just couldn't believe it, right? But the point here is this. The point is that you can pick up a very interesting book just like I did. And in fact, let me show you something else to just kind of give you an idea. Because if you remember, I told you that I got a bunch of books from the library, right? I got over 100 books for $46. And they were some of the books, 9 of the books were part of this series here, which is your headquarters for history. Right there is right there. So see the Who HQ, your headquarters for history. And see it's got the same thing right up there, right? So these are these special Who HQ books. And I got a few more of them. Let me show you. And we'll be going through some of them. Well, we'll probably be going through most of them. Some of them in our Bookless classroom, I'll be going through. Some of them, as you can see, as I already said, in the reading room. But look at all these books I got. Let's see if they're right side up or not. Look at all these books I got. So 9 books, all from, although it doesn't have that there on the front. It's got it on the back there. All from this Who HQ that I'll be introducing to you. But you can see, so here is a Booker T. I'm gonna pull out a different one because I pulled out Booker T. Who was Helen Keller? And again, pictures, right? Very interesting person that we're reading about. And this is about a 3rd grade reading level, I would say. About a 3rd grade reading level. So maybe 4th grade. It could be 4th grade too. It doesn't even matter, right? It doesn't matter. You could be 23 and reading at this level. I'm just telling you that if you picked up these books, about the level of reading that you would be at if you picked up these books. Now, I had no trouble picking up 1st grade phonics books, 2nd grade books, 3rd grade reading books, 4th grade history books, 5th grade, whatever. I had no problem picking them up. I'm a teacher, right? If you are an adult and you feel embarrassed that you're picking up these books for you, don't forget nobody knows. Not a single person knows. All day long, I pick up books at all different reading levels because I'm a teacher. Nobody knows I'm a teacher. Nobody has to know. Now, some people know I'm a teacher, right? But I mean, I'm not even this a classic teacher, right? I'm not even your regular kind of teacher. I call myself a teacher. What am I doing right now? Teaching online like this, right? I mean, I've always been a teacher, so I am a teacher. But nobody knows the reasons why you pick up the books. And you can say you're a teacher because you're teaching yourself, right? So it doesn't matter what age you're picking up the books, but I'm just saying that you can get the next thing that you need to do past your studying those sight words is you need to begin to get yourself appropriate level reading books. So that why? So you can read fluently. Why do you need to read fluently? Because you can't pick up any information from any book without being, or even online, without being able to read fluently. All right. And again, I say pick up a book. Don't pick up your phone. We need to be getting away from the phone, right? We need to be getting away from what we're looking at online because we're training our brain to not recognize certain things, right? We're training our brain to see the world in one way and not see the world differently. So I'm saying don't read your reading level on your phone. Read your reading level from books that you purchase, and you can purchase these. Like I said, I got all of these for probably likely about 10 cents, right? All of them. Because I got over 100 books for $46. All right, maybe not all those for 10 cents. 10 cents a piece? 10 cents a piece. Okay. I plugged in and I didn't start recording. Oh! One of these days I'm going to get this together. All right, so practicing your alphabet. We have already had the alphabet sheet up here many, many times, right? There we go. So practicing your alphabet so that you recognize your alphabet very fast. For those who are younger, we have the worksheets here for every month. You could practice recognizing your alphabet. You'll probably recognize your alphabet between the song that we have, right? The ABC song that we have, and these alphabet sheets, you'll probably be able to recognize them very quickly. We have letter writing for small and capital letters. So that can help you with your penmanship. You want to make sure that you can communicate by writing as well. I have writing words worksheets as well. And these writing words have long vowels and short vowels to help you with your penmanship. So those are other ways to help you learn. I've got worksheets that help us with our consonants, with our consonants, with our vowels. And then with our consonant blends, or with our blends, right? Okay, so and there's some more practice worksheets, 25 practice worksheets for writing and practicing your alphabet again. So just let me know what you need and I can get it to you. Now, we had our capitals worksheet, which is where we left off the other day. I have to sneeze. Oh. Okay. And so this worksheet, we had our instructions here on that worksheet, okay? And then we had the worksheet where you had to circle, and at the top there, you had to circle the sentences that start with capital letters. And then you had to rewrite each sentence so that it begins with a capital letter. Where'd I go? Okay. I have got the answer sheets for these. Not that these are very difficult, but there is the... there's the answer sheet. So you can see there at the top there, the words, it says circle. And so this is practicing reading for understanding. Reading the directions in order for you to understand. So what do the directions say there? They say circle the sentence that starts with capital letters. Circle the sentences that start with capital letters. So those are the sentences there that start with capital letters. Not a big surprise there, right? It's not like I gave you a spoiler alert before you actually did your worksheet, right? So not a big deal. Do your worksheet whether or not you did it or not. I want to still give you the answers. And then there are the 4 sentences there that are corrected. The cat played with a ball of yarn. So if we remember here, when do we use our capital letters? We use our capital letters at the beginning of a sentence. The word I. When we have a proper noun, which is the actual name of a person, like Annette or Dr. Annette or Dr. Annette Feravich, my full name, right? So we use capital letters with a proper noun, which means a specific name of a person, Annette, place, Chicago, or thing, Eiffel Tower. Okay? And then the last one is, it says holidays, months, and days of the week. So Christmas, Tuesday, January. Okay? All right, so that gives us a good idea of when we are supposed to be using capital letters. And then we had to rewrite the sentences there using capital letters. So in that first sentence, the cat played with a ball of yarn. We have to capitalize the first word of that sentence, the. The cat played with a ball of yarn. Do we have the specific name of a person, place, or thing? No, we do not. Is there the word I in there? No, it's not. Is there a month, day of the week, or a holiday in there? No. So the only correction we had to make was with the word the. Number 2, the cat and the dog chased after a bird. Well, we have to capitalize the first word of the sentence. So the has to be capitalized. Is there the word I in there? No, I don't see it. Is there a holiday, a month, or a week in that sentence? Nope. So how about the name of a person, place, or thing? Well, the word cat and dog is in there, but it's not the name of the cat or the dog. So no, the only thing that you had to do for sentence number 2 was capitalize the first word in that sentence. Let's look at number 3. It says, I just bought an ice cream cone. All right, well, we have to capitalize the first word in the sentence, which also happens to be I. So we know I has to be capitalized. Are there any other I's in that sentence? Nope. Is there a day of the week, a month of the year, or a holiday in that sentence? Do you see one? Nope. And how about the specific name of a person, place, or thing? Well, there's an ice cream cone, but that's not the specific name like Hudsonville ice cream, right? That would be the name of some ice cream, Hudsonville, right? Or Stroh's or Edie's or whatever you eat. Number 4, I would like another piece of cheese. I would like another piece. I was going to put please on the end. I would like another piece of cheese. I has to be capitalized because it's I, and it's also the first word in the sentence. Would like another piece of cheese. There's no other need for a capital letter there. So those were pretty easy. Let's take a look at number 2, page number 2 there. All right, so there we have the corrections for those sentences there. So what do we have there? I have to look at those sentences and pull those up. There it is. Because I couldn't see them very closely. Number 1, Neil traveled to Egypt in August. All right, so we capitalize the first word of the sentence, which is Neil, which is also a name of a person, right? That's a name of that person. So we have to capitalize the first word in the sentence. Whoops. But we also have to capitalize it because it's his name as well, right? So capitalize Neil traveled to Egypt. Egypt is the name of a specific place. So we capitalize Egypt in August. August is the name of a month. So August should be capitalized. Neil traveled to Egypt in August. Neil, Egypt, and August need to be capitalized. We went to California College of the Arts to see the exhibition. We has to be capitalized because we begins the sentence, right? So we needs to be capitalized. The word that begins a sentence has to be capitalized. California, this is a little tricky because we know California has to be capitalized because it's the name of a specific place. But it is also the name of a specific thing there, which is the name of a college, which is California College of the Arts. So California is capitalized, college is capitalized, and arts is capitalized. And even though of the is part of the name, that's not capitalized. And the reason why is because those are unimportant words that aren't necessary for the name. California, college, and arts. All of those are necessary in the name, but of the It's not important. So it's a little confusing there, a little bit confusing, but that's why we do these worksheets to help us get fluent in capitalizing so that when we learn to capitalize, our capitalizing flows. Let's look at the next sentence. I want to be able to speak French and Spanish well. I has to be capitalized because that's the first word of the sentence, but I standing alone is always capitalized. Want to be able to speak French. French is the specific name of a thing, a language, a specific language. And so, of course, Spanish needs to be capitalized as well. Mr. Potter taught us about World War I in the American history class. Mr. Potter is the name of a specific person. We know we have to capitalize Mr. because it's the beginning of the sentence. But Mr. Potter is his name, and that's specific. So it's the name of a specific person. Taught us about World War I. That's the name of a special thing. A special thing. The name of a special war. It's not World War I. It's not the American Revolution. It's not the Civil War. All of those are capitalized as well, okay? But it's a specific war, World War I. All of those are capitalized. World, war, and the one is capitalized as well. Looks like an I, right? Looks like an I is what it looks like. Because that's what we type on our keyboard. We type an I for that. But the name of that war is World War I. In the American history class, what's the name of the class? American history. So it's a specific class. American is always capitalized, but it's the name of a class, which is American history. Tomorrow, the President of the United States will give a speech. Tomorrow is capitalized because it's the beginning of a sentence. President of the United States is a specific person, right? There's only one President of the United States. And so that's capitalized, but of the is not capitalized again. Just like it wasn't capitalized in California College of the Arts, because that's not important to the name. President, United States, that's important. So president is capitalized. United States, because that's a specific country, right? Will give a speech. Okay. Is that it for those? No. Here we had to circle the words that needed to be capitalized. So something very easy to do, circling those words. David ate lunch with me. David needs to be capitalized because it's the name of a specific person, but also because it's the beginning of the sentence. Number 2, we see the beginning of the sentence is capitalized, Amy, and it's also the name of a specific person. Amy and I has to be capitalized, are going to the movies. Okay, my time is up for today. There are the answers for that sheet. If you need the worksheets, don't forget to email me at Dr. F as in Frank, E-R-A, V as in Victor, I-C-H, at healthymindbodyspirit.net. And there we have the answers for the very last worksheet, which was just a little bit more difficult than the other ones. All right? So keep working on the capitalizations. Keep working on your sight words. Have somebody quiz you on those sight words. Don't forget that the last time we were here, we learned our colors. So those are also on your sight words. And although we didn't get to these worksheets, which are a little crooked, oh, I was so upset because I had to copy them and they're a little crooked. I hate them. I hate that, and I hate them. You have got 16 worksheets here. I gave you 4 of them the other day. When we were here on Wednesday, I gave you 4 of them, page 14, 15, 16, and 17 I gave you. This is page 1 through 17 now. What this will do is it will give you practice with each of the shorter, smaller words that are put together. This is an exercise in following directions. The goose is brown, so you color the goose brown. Rewriting the sentences in order. So this is an unbelievable worksheet. Learning more words and then learning more directions. And then we get to the compound words. So practicing learning the words for smaller words, following directions with those smaller words, reading small sentences, right? Answering those sentences for comprehension, and then even practice writing as well, right? Here you're writing the correct word underneath the picture. So you're practicing your writing skills as well. And here, writing in the lines, practicing your penmanship. So there's a lot of great work for you as we keep moving along in the Early Bird Classroom. Thanks for joining me if you did. My name is Dr. Annette for those of you who are 12 and under, actually 10 and under, whatever. And Dr. Annette Feravich, Dr. Feravich, for the rest of you who are learning here in the Early Bird Classroom. Thank you for joining me. I will be back here at 9:15, which is relatively quickly, for the rest of our story in the Bookless classroom on California. What a beautiful, beautiful city. Okay, city. What a beautiful, beautiful state. It's not a city, silly. It's a state. Okay, all right. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you back here in a few.